All right, today we're doing something a little different. We're not digging into a big study or some new report. Nope, we're going to focus on just one single, powerful sentence. It's thousands of years old, but it might just be the source code for your entire life. So let's get right into it. So let's start with a really big question. Just think about your day, right now. The words you've said, the little decisions you've made, even the general direction you feel like you're heading in. Where does all that stuff actually come from? I mean, is it all just random? Are you just reacting to whatever life throws at you? Or could there be one single place inside you where it all begins? Well, it turns out some ancient wisdom from the book of Proverbs has a surprisingly direct answer. This one verse basically says, yes, there absolutely is a central source. And not only that, but everything, and I mean everything, that makes up your life flows directly from that one place. Now, that is a huge claim, right? So let's really unpack it piece by piece.
Okay, section 1, life's central source. Let's jump right into the most dramatic part of this verse. This idea that your entire life, everything, comes from one single source.
You know that phrase, for out of it are the issues of life? That is a pretty radical idea when you stop and think about it. It's saying that your health, your relationships, your job, your money, your entire reality, it's not just stuff that's happening to you, it's actually flowing from you. It's basically flipping the script, positioning your inner world as the direct source of your outer world.
All right, so if everything is flowing from this one place, we obviously need to know what that place is. The verse calls it the heart. And no, we're not talking about the organ pumping blood in your chest. So what exactly is this heart that we're supposed to be guarding?
In ancient times, the heart was seen as like the mission control for your entire being. It wasn't just about feelings or romance. Think of it more like the central processing unit, the CPU for your life. It's the command center where your thoughts, your will, and your emotions all come together. It's the absolute core of who you are.
So let's break that down even more into 4 key parts. When the verse says to guard your heart, it's talking about actively managing a few things. First, your mind, your thoughts and your intellect. Then, your will. That's all about your choices and your desires. Third, your emotions, your feelings and passions. And finally, your conscience, that inner moral compass. It's really about taking total ownership of your inner world, the whole shebang. Okay, so we've mapped out the territory, right? We know what the heart is. Now, let's talk about the action part. What in the world does it mean to keep it and to do it with all diligence? This is really where we shift from just knowing something to actually doing something. This really lays out the 2 paths, doesn't it? On one side, you've got diligence. That's you, being an active, intentional guard over your inner world. The result? Clarity, purpose, peace. On the other side, neglect. That's basically leaving the front door of your mind wide open, which, that leads to chaos, confusion, and a life where you're just reacting to everything. The bottom line is this: you're either on guard duty or you're not. There's no middle ground. Okay, that's the what. But what about the how? I mean, how do we actually do this in our crazy, noisy modern world? Well, it boils down to a pretty practical 3-step plan. Number 1, monitor your inputs. Seriously, what are you letting in? Think about the news you watch, your social media feed, even the conversations you have. Be intentional. Number 2, question your impulses. Before you just react, take a breath. Ask yourself, okay, where is this coming from? What's driving this reaction? And number 3, cultivate your focus. Your energy is valuable, right? So you get to deliberately choose where you point. All right, it's time to connect all the dots. We've figured out what the heart is. We've talked about what it means to stand guard. Now for the payoff. Let's see exactly how this protected inner world goes on to create your outer reality. Everything starts right here, in that inner world that you've decided to cultivate. This is the very first domino. And once it falls, it sets off a chain reaction that's going to shape, everything. And here it is. Here's that chain reaction in action. See, the state of your heart, that determines your thoughts. And your thoughts, they fuel your words. Your words then push you toward your actions. And your actions, when you repeat them over and over, they become your habits. And that sets the entire direction of your life. It's such a clear logical flow, isn't it? Where you end up is a direct result of what you let in at the very, very beginning. So this is where we land. This piece of ancient wisdom is basically saying, look, you're not just some character in a story reacting to whatever the plot throws at you. No way. You're the author. You're the one holding the pen. The state of your inner world, your heart, is literally what writes the next page, the next chapter of your life. So the question it leaves us with is simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Who's guarding your pen?